Welcome to the Wolfe Pit. Are you tired of eating boiled corned beef and cabbage every St. Patrick's Day? It may be a tradition, but it's boring and bland. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make the most moist, tender, and flavor-packed corned beef brisket that you've ever had. It's easy and it's delicious. So let's get started. There's two different cuts to a corned beef brisket. The first cut is the flat, which is leaner. The second cut is the point, also known as the decal or the nose, which has a lot more marbling and a lot more flavor. I'm using a corned beef brisket flat, which is the first cut, and I'm going to heavily season both sides with black pepper. Do not add any salt. There's already plenty of salt in the corned beef due to the curing process. Now I've placed the peppered corned beef on a raised rack in a glass baking dish, and now I'm going to add the packet of pickling spice that comes with the corned beef. Pickling spice contains things like allspice, coriander, dill seed, cloves, mustard seed, bay leaves, cinnamon, ginger, and a few other things. I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of my own pickling spice for extra flavor. And now I'm going to add 12 ounces of beer. Any kind of beer you have in the house will work. If you don't have beer, use water or apple juice. And now I'm going to cover the dish with aluminum foil and place into a 325-degree oven for about 3 hours or until tender. And by tender I mean when you can easily slide a meat probe in and out of the thickest part of the brisket. And now I'm going to make a spicy sweet finishing glaze for the brisket once it's done steaming, with spicy brown mustard, light brown sugar, and honey. I know that putting a sweet glaze on a corned beef sounds kind of funny, but it really complements the saltiness of the corned beef with the sweetness of the glaze. Now give it a good mix until smooth. Here's the brisket after steaming in the beer and pickling spice for 3 hours. Now I'm going to leave it uncovered, and I'm going to increase the temperature of the oven to 375 degrees and apply the glaze to both sides and let it cook for another 30 minutes, basting every 10. And here's the brisket after basting both sides every 10 minutes for 30 minutes at 375 degrees. And now let the brisket cool at least an hour before slicing. Overnight is even better. And when you slice it, you want to slice it against the grain, otherwise you're going to have stringy, tough meat. And let me grab a piece out of here just to show you how tender it is. Look at that, just pulls right apart. Now I can't end this video without making a corned beef sandwich. So I'm going to toast a couple pieces of rye bread and a little butter. And now I'm going to add a hearty portion of the corned beef into the pan. If you want to trim off the excess fat, that's fine, but I leave it on there for flavor and moisture. A big pile of sauerkraut. And a couple slices of Swiss cheese. Add a little bit of water. Now cover the pan until everything's heated through and the cheese is melted. Now place all this goodness on top of our toasted rye bread that I've very liberally coated with spicy brown mustard. And you can call this a Reuben sandwich if you like, but it's not truly a Reuben without the Russian dressing. I just thought the Russian dressing would add too much additional sweetness along with the honey mustard glaze I used. The sweet and saltiness of the corned beef by itself was simply amazing, but once the sauerkraut was added, the Swiss cheese, the extra mustard, and the caraway seeds in the rye bread, the sandwich was phenomenal. If you like this video and it looks like something you'd like to try at home, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you give this a try, and I'll see you next time.